Welcome to the Advantage Home Care Training Series. With CDS services, the consumer or client directs the hiring, training, and supervision of the personal care attendant. These trainings are intended to give guidance to the attendant with regard to best practices. In this video, we will consider the importance of cleaning your client's kitchen. There are a lot of details in this job, so feel free to take notes or revisit this video. But let's get started. Cleaning your client's kitchen thoroughly requires attention to detail and a systematic approach to ensure every surface and appliance is cleaned properly. Here's a detailed guide on how to do so effectively and efficiently. But before we go into the list of supplies, it's important to note that your client may have special preferences or needs. This could be a preferred brand or smell, but it could also be more serious. Some find it difficult to breathe around or are sensitive or allergic to certain chemicals. So please have this conversation with your client in advance. Once you've had that conversation, here are some general supplies you'll need. An all-purpose cleaner for general surfaces like countertops and cabinets, dish soap for washing dishes, cookware, and some surfaces, glass cleaner for windows, glass doors, and mirrors, a degreaser for stovetops, range hoods, and greasy surfaces, baking soda and vinegar, which are natural cleaning agents for tough stains and odors, sponges, microfiber cloths, and scrub brushes for scrubbing and wiping down surfaces, a vacuum or broom for cleaning floors, especially if there are crumbs and debris, a mop and bucket to clean the floor, garbage bags for disposing of trash and old food. And you may want gloves and a face mask to help protect you from chemicals and dust. In order to clean thoroughly, you'll need full access to the surfaces, so clear the counters, removing everything including small appliances, utensils, and decorative items. Wash any dirty dishes or place them in the dishwasher. Dry and put the dishes away. There is a separate training video in the library covering the details on how best to wash your client's dishes. Sort recyclables appropriately. Now that the dishes are cleaned, dried, and put away, scrub the sink with a mixture of baking soda and water or vinegar to remove stains and odors. Rinse thoroughly and wipe it dry. If your client's sink is stainless steel, you can buff it with a microfiber cloth for a nice shine. Sometimes water sprays up around the ledge of the sink. If not wiped down, mildew can develop. Let's move on to the stove and oven. Before cleaning the stovetop or removing burner grates, please test to make sure the stove is off and the burners are completely cooled. Once you've checked that it's safe to continue, start by removing the burner grates and drip pans if applicable and clean them separately. Next, use a degreaser or an all-purpose cleaner to wipe down the stovetop. If there's a range hood, be sure to clean it with a simple degreaser. Vinegar often works if it's cleaned regularly and doesn't build up. Occasionally remove and clean the hood filter. This can capture a lot of grease that holds dust, so soak it in soapy water and clean with a brush. On to the oven. If the oven has a self-cleaning feature, use it according to manufacturer's instructions. Otherwise, apply an oven cleaner or a baking soda paste to the interior, let it sit, then scrub and wipe clean. Don't forget to clean the oven door both inside and out. Let's consider cleaning the small appliances, starting with the microwave. Wipe the inside with a damp cloth and an all-purpose cleaner. For stubborn stains, heat a bowl of water with lemon slices in it for a few minutes to loosen grime and then wipe clean. Remember to clean the exterior and the control panel. Just like the stovetop, before cleaning the toaster or toaster oven, please make sure it's cool to the touch. Empty the crumb tray and wipe down the exterior. If the interior is greasy, clean it with a damp cloth and a mild cleaner. Use a glass cleaner on the inside and outside of the toaster oven if it has a glass door. But remember, the glass can break if you wet it while it's too hot, so please be careful. Wipe down the exterior of the coffee maker. If the bottom of the carafe is stained, make a paste with baking soda and water and scrub it clean. This should remove the stain without scratching the glass. A dirty coffee maker produces stale-tasting coffee, so run a mixture of plain white vinegar and water through the coffee maker to clean the inside. Rinse by running a few cycles of plain water. And now cabinet doors and drawer fronts. Using an all-purpose cleaner, wipe down the exterior of the drawer fronts and the cabinet doors. Pay special attention to handles and areas around them where grime can accumulate. Schedule time periodically to clear out the inside of the cabinets and wipe down the shelves. Just remember to put items back where they were. The refrigerator and freezer. These areas can quickly become disorganized and dirty. But by keeping up with the task on a regular basis, you'll avoid accumulation of expired food, which leads to a smelly kitchen. It'll also make your job a lot easier on a regular basis. Start by taking everything out of the refrigerator. Check for expired items to discard. And then remove the shelves and drawers if possible and wash them with warm, soapy water. Wipe down the interior of the refrigerator with a solution of vinegar and water or an all-purpose cleaner. Occasionally remove items from the freezer and wipe down the interior. If there is ice buildup, defrost the freezer as necessary. You'll find that adding a new box or a bowl of baking soda on a monthly basis will help to eliminate odors. Then wipe down the outside of the refrigerator, including the handles. And remember to clean the whole exterior. The top of the refrigerator can develop dust and mingle with grease, creating a sort of grimy surface. But by wiping it down on a regular basis, it'll be much easier to keep clean. And now let's move on to countertops. Use an all-purpose cleaner or a cleaner suitable for your client's countertop material, for instance, if it's granite, laminate, wood, or tile, to clean the countertops and the backsplashes. As you move on to the floors, please note that there is a separate training video discussing in detail how to clean your client's floors. Start by sweeping or vacuuming, paying attention to corners and under cabinets where crumbs and debris can collect. Mop the floor using a mop and a suitable floor cleaner for the kitchen. Typically, an all-purpose cleaner will work, but in some cases you may need a disinfectant. For tile floors, consider using a steam cleaner or a mop with scrubbing features in order to get the grout clean. Whether you're using a rag mop, a sponge mop, or a cloth mop, make sure you clean it after you're done mopping. The rag mop and the sponge mop can be soaked in a bucket of clean, warm water and an all-purpose cleaner. You may need to do this a few times until the water in the bucket is relatively clean, and then hang the mop to dry. A cloth push mop can usually be washed in the washing machine, but make sure to wash them in warm or hot water with like items, such as rags. If you're using a Swiffer type mop, remove and dispose of the cloth each time. And finally, wipe down handles, knobs, and light switches with disinfectant. Put all of the items back on the countertop where you found them, making sure everything is clean and organized. Use a glass cleaner to clean windows, glass doors, and any other glass surface in the kitchen. Empty the trash bin and replace the liner, and then wipe down the exterior of the trash can. By following these steps, you'll make sure that your client's kitchen is not only tidy, but also hygienic and pleasant to use. Your efforts are really appreciated.